Welcome everyone, my name is Lady Alex and this is Say What with Lady Alex. Today I will be talking to you about a few of my passions and why I created this podcast. Aside from my photography and my many craft projects, my true passions lie with gaining knowledge and sharing it with people to help make a growing and positive community. On this week's episode, we get to speak with another woman dedicated to helping people feel their best while living their absolute best life. Pattie Reece is an expert tax accountant and also has been a part of the Shackley Company for over 35 years. She not only is passionate for the products, but also a strong love for helping the people of Shackley succeed with her business training. Pattie has succeeded at all three of her businesses and is here to talk to us about how she was able to create her perfect life while doing all of the things. Welcome back, everybody. Today in the 27 Studios, we have the wonderful Pattie Reece with us. Welcome, Pattie.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, you are an awesome entrepreneur, someone I met at Wine Women and Wealth that I think you're doing incredible things. You are not only a tax accountant, right?
Right.
You are also super invested in an incredible product/company. Mm-hmm. And why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, I've been with my company, Shackley, for about 40 years.
Okay.
Before I actually became a tax and enrolled agent.
Really?
So I've been with the company for that long. It has been a great ride. Shackley is the first natural nutrition company in the United States, and Dr. Shackley invented the first natural vitamin. Also, we have the very first biodegradable cleaners. And now in today's world, there are a lot of multi-level marketing companies, but we were really one of the very first.
Oh, that's so fun.
So that's been fun, and we have an incredible leadership team in home office. We have an incredible field. And it's just a real solid legacy company.
Yeah, so it was really interesting for you to be able to come in right on the ground floor of that company, huh?
Yes, actually, the company's been around for 63 years.
Okay, so not necessarily ground floor.
Yeah, I wasn't ground floor. And sometimes that's not such a good thing in today's world because the high percentage of multi-level marketing companies go out of business in their first 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a fallacy that, a myth of coming in on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Because we still are wide open for
growth.
For growth.
That's so incredible. So give us a little backstory. That's just a supplement then, or is it like a whole nutritional kind of program?
Well, we're known for our nutrition program. Dr. Shackley, like I said, invented the first natural vitamin.
Right.
And it just grew from there. He developed and researched the products for 50 years before he ever started the company. So the products have been around for over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
But after he and his two sons decided to market the products when he retired from chiropractic, they also developed other lines that were part of the whole wellness package.
Oh, okay.
So biodegradable cleaners.
Right.
We were green before it was
cool to be green.
Cool to be green, yes, for sure. Basic H has been to the moon. And we're still the official Earth Day cleaner.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool to be able to say you're part of a company that's been to the moon.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, our food supplements have been on every NASA mission since 1993.
Wow.
And we actually developed a sports hydration drink for NASA called Astro Aid.
Really?
Which everybody can get. It's now called Performance.
Okay.
So we get to have what the Olympians and what the astronauts
train with.
Yeah.
And get. Oh, that's so incredible. So it must be basically backed by extremely awesome science.
Absolutely.
Lots of natural products.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys rate on the green scale? Are you because I do know that there's that nifty website that you can type in and check your product.
Well, as far as climate neutral, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
We are actually the first climate neutral company.
Wow.
That has ever been certified climate neutral.
Oh, that's so incredible.
So we're really proud about that too. And as far as science goes, there's a lot of junk science out there.
Yes.
So when someone says they have science behind their products, you really got to know what kind of science.
Yeah.
And we have peer-reviewed, double-blind, published studies.
Wow.
And we have more studies than the next 6 nutrition companies combined.
Yeah.
So really, when you're looking for high-quality nutritional products that are backed by science, that are backed by 100% guarantee,
Right.
and backed by 100 years of history, then you can be assured that when you take these supplements, they're actually going to do what we claim they're going to do.
If you use them the way they're supposed to be, for sure.
You do have to open the bottle, and you do have to swallow them and take them.
So what intrigued you into getting into this business? Was it more of like, I need a side gig at the time, or...
No, I actually was not looking for a business. My twins were just about a year old, and I had developed really rashy skins. I had eczema on my hands from wringing diapers out and
having them wet.
We lived in an old farmhouse at the time, and our wash machine was just draining out on the lawn.
Oh, okay.
And all the vegetation was dying.
Oh no.
And I had been president and founder of Ecology Club in high school.
Oh, okay.
And so it kind of bothered me that I don't think this is really good for what I'm doing. And all these my twins had rashes. So someone told me about a lady that had a store in her house. Back then, of course, we had to carry inventories, and we didn't have the internet. And so I went out there and I met with her, and she had like a room about this size full of products, like all the walls.
Really?
And because only directors or supervisors at the time, that's what they were called, could order, and then you had to deliver or ship back out to people.
Oh, man.
So you had to have an inventory.
Yeah.
So that was great. I mean, she told me about the products and the cleaners and, how to become a member. And I went home with my little member kit, and I started on the products, and the rashes did go away.
Did they?
And, oh, yes. And, the sneezing, the allergies went away. But then I started on the supplements.
Yeah.
And in early 20s, you think you feel good.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how sick I really was.
Really?
Until, I just thought it was normal to have a knockdown, drag-out flu every 6-8 weeks. And we're talking one that put you down with high fever for a week.
Yeah, that's
and
not
then
good.
You finally just recover, and then the slightest stressor, physical or mental, I'd just be back down, and my immune system was just shot. So, and I had taken, over-the-counter vitamins, and I never really noticed a difference, obviously.
Right.
So that's what kind of got me hooked with Shackley.
Yeah. Is being able to actually feel them. Oh, that's pretty cool. Bare Elements Events. Creating life's precious memories, one element at a time. Everything from planning events, providing talented DJs, or photographers trained to perfectly capture your life's moments. You'll receive personalized mementos you'll cherish a lifetime. For booking information, head on over to Facebook, Instagram, or bareelementsevents.com. So then you started using them, you saw the benefits, and then you were like, I gotta spread the word.
Yeah, I did. And I really needed to go to work. My husband had gotten hurt on his job, and like most newlyweds, we didn't have, next month's rent, or next month's grocery bill or anything. We were just living from paycheck to paycheck. And workman's comp takes a long time to kick in. We
It's
figured
like
out
6 to 8 weeks.
So
what do you do until then?
Yeah. So he had his arm in a big cast, and I said, "Well, I guess I'm going to go get a job." And I did. I went down, worked at a bank down on Main Street, and I loved my job. I loved dressing up, getting out of the house, and knowing that the kids were with my husband.
Yeah.
I could have definitely been that type of gal that just went to work.
Yeah.
And if my kids were taken care of.
Right.
But when he went back to work, and then I had to make a decision on whether to put the kids in daycare.
Oh, yeah.
Or, or not.
Big decision.
Yeah. And so I did at first for a little bit. But half my paycheck was going to daycare, and they hated it. The twins hated it there. They just didn't like to go.
Yeah.
So I remember my Shackley rep telling me I'd gone to a couple of opportunity meetings just to kind of find out what it was about.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to give this a try, and I did, and I spent my lunch hours delivering products and going in the break room. They had a phone in there.
Oh, wow.
And I'd ask everybody, does anybody need to use a phone? So I'd just start calling people.
Okay, I had cold calls?
Well, no, just customers and, following up and inviting people to meetings and things, because we didn't have internet or cell phones.
I know.
So you have to make the phone calls. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it driving to and from work, and I could only do it on my breaks.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I just started having weekly meetings where I just went and told about the Shackley story, told about the products, told how to become a member, told how to become a distributor, and that's the beginning.
Caught fire.
Yep.
Oh, man, that's so incredible.
And multi-level marketing was not known back then.
No,
at
not
all.
at all.
Nobody was like, "Whoa, this has got to be a pyramid or
Right.
something." Or it can't be. Obviously, as you've seen with the business model now.
Yes.
I mean, it's exploded and it's here to stay
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
And now with Shackley, we have fifth generation people taking over their great grandparents' businesses.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Well, I mean, if you have really great product, it kind of sells itself.
Yeah.
And you just got to give it that little nudge to get it in the right
Yep.
hands.
Yep, I know. The products do have to deliver results, because eventually, a lot of people get into a lot of these multi-level marketing, and they use the products because they're selling it.
Right.
And they get somebody in to sell it, and they use it. And so they do have some initial sales.
Right.
But eventually, if the products don't deliver results, those people are going to quit using them. And then it's going to fall away. And then they're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be looking for a home. And so, I'm always happy to pick those people up and
Right.
really get them into a legacy company that's going to be around.
That's right, because not only do you sell the incredible products, but you also have your own coaching, your business coaching that you do.
Right.
That's also tied in. So tell me about that. You basically help grow little entrepreneurs to do their awesome influencer lifestyle, huh?
Absolutely. I have a gal in Nashville, have one down in Tucson, one a lady closer to my age in Washington.
Wow.
So I have people across the country, and the best thing about the technology now, it would have been really hard to do back in the day when I
Right.
started, because I'd have to travel to go do meetings for them and things like that. Now we can do Zoom meetings.
Right.
We have a system to plug people in so that if they get someone that's interested in looking at the business, it's all duplicatable.
Oh, making
so
it easy.
they can just go right through the classrooms and step by step, so that you don't have to know a lot about business. A lot of people think you have to know a lot about business, and also that they think they have to have some sparkling personality.
Right.
And you know what? Your confidence comes with doing things.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's a lot of young moms out there, like I was, that would like $500, even $500 a month would make a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
And we're talking about getting 20 customers
Yeah.
that use the type of products that they're using every single day anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to the store and they're buying cleaners and they're buying skincare, they're buying shampoo and they're buying supplements.
Mm-hmm.
They're using them anyway.
Yep.
There's just a big difference when they'll see when they start on these products,
Yeah.
because they're just like, I can't live without them.
Yeah, it's kind of almost, I did this podcast episode a couple back where it's the convenience tax, where I want it now, so I'm going to end up putting terrible products, possibly, chemical-ridden things in and on my body because I can do it right now and it's $1.
Right.
And so that's really hard.
There's always going to be those people for sure, but there are a huge population of people out there that are reading labels and looking at ingredients and wanting products that promote health, because that's what we do. Is we teach people how to live younger, longer, and to also live better. If they need more income, like I said, even $500 at the time, that was what I needed. I think my first when my check back then got to like $700, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that was
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I remember making a copy of it at work to show at my meeting.
Yeah.
And we don't really do that anymore.
Right.
But, we were kind of taught to do that back then. And so just to kind of intrigue people, I guess. And I ended up sponsoring in almost the whole bank, because everybody, the word got out, like, did you see how much she's making?
Well, I mean,
and
honestly,
she's a full-time mom and working.
When I was a single mom, when my daughter was tiny, I literally, because I wasn't working, I couldn't afford sitters, so how could I afford to work? I was getting by on $300 a month. If I had $500 more a month, like, just think of all the things that I could have done with that.
Yeah.
So it's incredible that you give that possibility of not only great products, but the opportunity of pushing your job. Like, that's incredible.
Well, we do a lot. We have a wellness project that we can plug people in if they're just interested in the products.
Yeah.
They can subscribe to the wellness project, do wellness webinars all the time.
Yeah.
And we have some of the Shaklee scientists doing them with us.
Oh, man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
The rise of technology.
I know, I love it.
Why go out when you can stay in? Lady Alex specializes in fun ladies' night in parties. Pick a craft, pick some drinks, and let's make it an adult house party you'll want to have over and over again. And I don't know about you, but word of mouth is the best form of flattery. So head on over to your favorite platform and let's be friends. You can find me on Instagram as @thereal_Lady Alex, or on Facebook at Say What with Lady Alex Podcast. Let's connect. Hey podcasters, musicians, or anyone needing a commercial. Have you heard of 27 Productions? Steven is a legendary producer with a master's in music production. His vibrant vision creates a bright passion for what he does. His expertise ranges from album production with various artists, Say What with Lady Alex Podcast, and many more. Head on over to 27 Productions Facebook and Instagram, and let's record! Be sure to like and subscribe and contact us for booking information, or go to BearElementsEvents.com.
Last night we talked about Health Print, which is Shaklee's tool that they onboarded. How long has it been now? 3-4 years, I think. I'm trying to think. About 3 or 4 years. And it's just a series of 20 questions that people can plug in their top health goals, how their lifestyle is, and basically what they eat. We're not doing any diagnosing,
right?
But we are doing pointing them in the right direction, so they can find out, what what program is going to best suit their needs
and their lifestyle. Yeah.
And the scientists that we had on our webinar last night, and if anybody wants the replay, I can post it, but they are the ones that put this health print together.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot to it, and it took a lot of work and a lot of money to do it. So it's a great tool.
That is incredible too. So you're just basically giving that information for free.
Yep.
Oh, that's so great. Now, okay, so I am in, of course, a younger generation, social media, all of the rage. What I see a whole lot, because forgive me, I have not been privy to Shaklee until I met you. What I saw a lot of is like the Beachbody, Shakeology stuff. Now, how would you say that compares?
Well, I don't like to really get into a lot of comparison,
right?
Because
it brings negativity for sure.
I definitely could. One thing I can say is if you want to look at purity, you want to look at potency, and you want to look at results,
right?
There's just there's really, in my mind, no comparison. But I won't really go into a lot of negative.
I love that though, that you stay on that high ground. That's incredible. Well, I love what you're doing with that. Now, you're also a wife, a mom, a grandma. How do you balance it all? Because I also know you do your tax and accounting as well. So tell me how you balance all of these wonderful things.
Well, sometimes not so well. I really have to. I have to stay organized. Is the thing. My tax business is not year round.
Oh, right.
So because I choose not to take on a lot of accounting, payroll. I do a little tiny bit of it, and if I have extensions, I might have to do some of those throughout the summer.
But not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
So that's the reason that I can balance those two businesses.
Okay.
It gets a little crazy during tax season for my Shaklee, but I do hire some virtual assistants to do some of my email marketing, do my Facebook posting, and actually I actually hired a virtual assistant to actually do some of my follow-up calls just during tax season.
Yeah, so that way it gives you that extra time.
So that people aren't falling through the cracks. I still like to talk to my customers personally, of course, but I also don't want them to not have a personal call from somebody.
So go unanswered for sure. Yeah. That's incredible too, that you are able to find help with that and reach out for that.
Yeah, the system that I subscribe to is actually put together from a Shaklee kid. He grew up in the Shaklee, and he knew that there was a need for this, and he's been doing it since 2005. It's called Your Freedom Project.
Okay.
And so he gives us Shaklee. It's strictly for Shaklee people.
Oh, wow.
He's not one of these that goes out to all these multi-levels and does them for everyone. Just strictly for us. And so it's been really great to have help us with webinars and blogs and email marketing and lead capture websites and those type of things that we need. Even though Shaklee has great tools, they weren't quite there at the time. Now they keep coming on. They promised us at Global Conference in 46 days they're going to be rolling something out.
Ooh, that's so exciting.
They gave us a little tidbit on the cruise I was just on. Yeah.
Tell us about that. So that is from your company, right? Yep. So you get incentives.
It was an incentive trip. It was called the Dream Trip.
Oh, man.
There were about 500 of us. That earned this trip.
Oh, wow.
On the Allure of the Seas. It was the largest that we know of. I guess there's another one being built. Largest cruise ship in the world.
Okay. Wow.
17 stories.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. It was so great. Crazy. I mean, you did not need to leave the boat if you did not want to.
It's like a little floating island.
Oh, they had like boardwalk where it had all these shops. They had and carousels. They had rock climbing,
Oh my
zip lining,
gosh.
surfing.
Basically anything you could think of.
Yeah, ice skating. I mean, anything you
Wow.
could want and do,
Yeah.
you could do.
Oh, that's
That's great.
so fun. And that was like an all-inclusive for being
Yeah.
able to just
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was
sell
great.
your little butt off, huh?
They gave us little gifts every night, a bottle of champagne one night, some truffles another night.
Oh, that's
All
so
these cool gifts.
Yes.
Sunscreen one night. Just fun. And then we had dinner. And
Yeah.
then our president and our CEO was there, and many of the home office staff. So
Oh,
we did
cool.
have a big meeting
Yeah.
in one of the ice skating rinks, and you had time for excursions. And
Yeah.
it was fun. It
Oh,
was really
that's
good.
so cool.
Yeah.
I loved looking at your pictures and seeing your travels because
Yeah.
that looked incredible. It really did.
Yeah, it was good. But next year we're going to Costa Rica.
Ooh, Costa Rica.
And the top achievers just got off of a trip to Greece. From Greece, yeah,
Wow.
and I'll have to share some of those pictures
Yeah.
from those people. So that looked even better.
Oh, that is that gives me chills.
I know.
I love stuff like that because I'm super competitive. So when I have those incentive based, I'm just like, go, go, go. I need to get it.
What do you got to do? Yeah.
That's awesome. So on the tax side of it,
Uh-huh.
what kind of awesome tips could you give us to just make sure that we're all like crushing tax season instead of making your life harder?
Well, keep good records.
Records.
Number one. The people that don't keep good records, that just throw everything in a box and receipts, and then at the end of the year they get them all out. Well, at that time you're probably missing a lot of
no.
deductions, and you're probably costing yourself money.
Yeah.
So if you can keep your books up as you go,
Okay.
you won't forget those.
Right.
So get them into QuickBooks, file the receipts away,
Yeah.
get it done, balance your checkbook every month, and
Yeah.
and don't and keep good records on your mileage.
Yeah.
There's lots of apps now that you can use.
There
on your
is.
phones.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to hear more about how amazing our local female community is in challenging themselves to make an incredible place to live. Next week, we have an awesome opportunity to chat with maybe you, so be sure to come back and hang out with us again. That is one thing, though, that I feel like I'm having a struggle with, because I'm like, yeah, I'm totally going to use the app. I get in the car, I get all my things ready, I get to the shoot, and I'm like, no! I didn't even turn it on.
Yeah. Well, then you just get you a little notebook.
Yeah, see?
Sometimes I had this conversation with a gal, a sister, Shackley. She was on the cruise with me, but we're both first level to our uplines. So we call ourselves sisters.
Yeah.
So we're in the same business, and
Okay.
we're to have our own businesses, but she's not under me or
Right.
anything. So she's my sister, and I was talking to her this morning, and I was like, I am trying to figure out this new tool that Shackley gave us in our back offices,
Okay.
our member centers, and it's a follow-up tool, and
Okay.
you can, put your leads in there.
Right.
And the thing is then I'm like, but how do you get it on your phone? It's so little.
Right.
And she goes, I still use a calendar, like a paper calendar. She goes, I just always did it, and I
Yeah.
just sometimes changing.
Yeah.
Technology is great, but sometimes you don't want to flit all over the place
Right.
and try
Well-
new things all the time.
And you just I think I get so wrapped up in using it all the time that I forget some of the apps that I have on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so having my paper notebook for sure, I'm like, okay, I got to write this in because
Yeah.
it's right there reminding me.
Yeah.
Whereas the phone, I just have it on me
Right.
all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's really a good tool too
Uh-huh.
to use. Well, thank you for that tip. I know personally that's something I, as a business owner, am definitely striving to do better because last year I did not do well at all.
Yeah.
I'm more on the creative side. My husband's more on the business side.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do better at that.
I think that's why I like both my businesses,
Yeah.
because Shackley lets me be creative. You can go whatever direction you want.
Yeah.
If you want to focus on the skincare, which our youth skincare is amazing.
Yes.
Or you can focus on children's nutrition or men's or whatever you want to do. You can be,
whatever your passion
you can
is.
build a business just selling the cleaners if you wanted to.
Oh, that's so incredible. I love that. So what is something that you find truly passionate about, not in your job or your Shackley adventures?
At this point in my life, it's definitely spending time with my family.
Right, because are you a newer grandma? You look very young, but that could be the amazing Shackley products.
Well, my grandkids are spread out. My oldest is 20.
Okay.
And my youngest is 1.
Oh, how cute.
So they're spread out a little bit. So that's important to me. Also, I like to play a lot. We have a lot of hobbies.
Yeah.
We just got back from a skeet, and then we were supposed to be on a raft trip today.
Right.
But my husband decided to go up to Idaho and help my son put his sprinkler system in on his new house.
Nice.
So we canceled that.
Yeah.
But when he gets back, we're going back up to Idaho for a raft trip and some fly fishing.
Oh, nice.
And then we're coming back and doing our raft trip down here, and then we golf a lot.
Yeah. And I saw that you are a native local.
Yep.
So you were, from Central High School, CMU, or was it?
Oh, CMU.
CMU. So is your family still located? You said your son is up in...
My son's in Idaho now.
Idaho,
He just moved from New York. But my daughter's here.
Yeah.
And she has a dog grooming business.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you get to see some of the grandbabies.
Her kids
frequently.
are older.
Okay.
The older ones.
Yeah. Okay.
And then my son, because they were twins.
Oh.
He
just
started
got to do a little different paths.
little different.
That's awesome, though.
But now that they're in Idaho, at least for a year.
It's not terribly far.
Yeah, because he's in the military.
Yeah.
So
so that could be...
Yeah.
Temporary.
It is temporary.
Yeah.
He's going to teach the ROTC program in the University of Washington.
Oh, very nice.
So that's number one priority.
Yeah.
Making sure that I find time for myself.
Right.
Which I do. I love Pilates. I love yoga. I love getting massages. I love walking and gardening.
Yeah.
So I definitely take time for myself.
Yeah.
But I love my second passion, besides my family and having fun, is really I am having so much fun working with the young mothers, like what I was when I started.
Yeah, getting to groom them up.
Yeah, just helping them, teaching them about the business.
Yeah, and inspiring them.
And encouraging them, because I think sometimes we don't get out enough anymore. And they get in their little shells.
Mm-hmm. Especially as a new mom.
Yep.
And then it feels harder to find friends, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, just be my friend.
Yeah.
Especially as moms.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different because we had to get together. We didn't have Facebook. And
right.
I think sometimes social media is a little bit, I don't know, has some negative connotations.
Yeah, it's inclusive to all, but it still feels very lonely because it's not those close personal connections. For sure.
Yeah, it's a little better when you have FaceTime and Zoom, because you can actually see people and see their expressions and things. And, not everybody's life is as perfect as it looks like on Facebook.
Oh, for sure.
We all know that.
I love the meme that's like a girl taking a picture of her corner of her room that looks like Insta perfect, and then the whole rest of it's like a hoarder house.
Probably true. Yeah, there's a lot of that, but
I'm sure.
So, but yeah, I love working with all the young moms, because I just think you should, if at all possible, be able to spend more time with your kids.
For sure. That's something that is, you don't realize how little time you actually get with them. Because, yes, you're a mom forever, but you only are mommy for 5 to 18 years.
Yes. And it really is. My kids were only in daycare for a few months. Yeah. It only took me about 4 months to replace my full-time income once I decided to do it.
That's so wonderful. So you just really invested in yourself and knew you could.
Yeah, I knew I knew that, I didn't even need my full-time income, because I was spending half of it in daycare.
Right?
You know, so.
Oh,
So
that's
it's great.
terrible.
So,
I feel like that's still how it is today, too.
I think it is, too. Yeah.
So-
well, and I think everything has just gotten so expensive.
For sure.
That it's really hard for moms to stay home now.
Yeah. I know that I tried doing it for a while, and not only in the aspect of creatively, I just felt like I needed to do something else, but I just felt like so much of the pressure was on my husband, and that's not fair. I mean, he gets to be with his children too, and it should be more of a balance, I feel like.
Yep.
So.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on here. Tell us, where can we find you in all of your incredible endeavors?
Well, my Shackley website is PattieReece.com.
Okay.
You'll find everything there. You can find how to just shop with me if you want, or if you want to work with me.
Okay.
Everything's there. There's links to my wellness project.
Awesome.
My newsletter.
Okay.
And if you sign up for the wellness project, or even I think the newsletter too, then you would be plugged into my email marketing system, and you'll get all the
updates.
Right, when we're having a webinar and those type of things. Of course, all my information's there.
Right.
So if you went to and watched How to Work With Me, or you can go to freetostayhome.com also.
Yeah.
There's a nutshell movie that's about 2 minutes long.
Okay.
And I'll get a notification that you watched it. But if you want me to contact you, you got to watch the 25-minute one and put your information in.
Okay.
So we do that for a reason, so that we're not calling people back that are just looky-loos.
Right.
You know, we want people that really want us to call them.
Yeah.
And at that point, we take you through, if you're interested, into 3 online classes.
Okay.
The end of the classroom, then you can decide where you want to go, because you'll get more information in those classes.
And so after those classes is when you would then invest, or you invest before that? Oh, so you have the classes to even
Classes are
decide.
free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That
and we give them all the information about Shackley, how we use the system to build.
Right.
And that's the same thing that they would have. So it's really great, because they can have... we give them fun work during the classes. We call it fun work. Maybe a couple videos to watch, and something to read.
Yeah.
And then we can go through the classes as quick as whatever works with them.
Yeah.
So we have to put it on the calendar.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So that's freetostayhome.com for that one.
Perfect.
But there should be a link at PattieReece.com.
Okay.
So.
And you like to hang out on Facebook, and we can find you just at Pattie Reece.
Pattie Reece.
Perfect. Reece, like Reese's.
No, without
not without the S at the end,
with
but the C.
Yes.
For sure.
Reece with the C. Yeah. So, and I, of course, have a VIP page where my members and people that are using the products.
Oh, nice.
We all hang out, because there's a lot more information.
To build that community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, so if there's a special or something going on.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming in and talking about all your amazing things.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Perfect.
Are you a rock star female of Western Colorado who is constantly working your butt off to achieve your goals? Would you like a chance to tell Lady Alex and your friends about your passions? Big or small accomplishments, I'm calling all awesome moms, bosses, wives, and all-around lady bosses out to be on the new Say What podcast with Lady Alex. Finally stop trying to make yourself smaller and spotlight all your accomplishments that make you a rock star role model of the week. You can apply on Facebook at Bare Elements, subject line Podcast Opportunities.
The original OG. I absolutely love hearing about women who learn early on how valuable that they are, and pair that with an amazing company like Miss Pattie has. She proves that having children is the catalyst to creating goals. And when you find something that changes your life in the positive, it's not hard to invest so much of yourself into them. In a time where network marketing was still in its infancy, she was able to turn her love for those products and the life she wanted, home taking care of her kids, and be able to be the billboard for her personal chapter in the business. Shackley's products changed her life for the better in supporting her physically and financially. This in turn gave her more opportunity, and she could not be using it better. Shaping young entrepreneurs and helping people financially with her tax company, this mom is a true inspiration. She's a model for yourself to find a way to incorporate a great company right along with being a stay-at-home mom and create the life that you always dreamed of. Thank you, Pattie, for all of your motivation and inspiration. Your positivity is radiant, and I hope that I can inspire as many people as you have. Be sure to head on over to Facebook where you can see where Pattie hangs out and get all of those free fabulous tips that she's constantly giving out. On next week's episode, we have the always adventurous Paula Rollins, and she talks to us about how she manages to create a balanced and healthy life paired with the over-the-top, life-fulfilling adventures that she's constantly going on by life coaching others on how to stress less and live more. If you like this podcast and found any value in my words, please like and subscribe, snap a picture and post it to your social media, and don't forget to tag me to get recognition in future episodes. That's a wrap.